A continuación vamos a abordar la importancia de invertir en compañías que desarrollan tanto productos como servicios en esa lucha contra el cáncer. Sigue siendo esta enfermedad, recordemos, el primer problema sociosanitario en el primer mundo. De hecho, en España, solo en España, cada día mueren 300 personas de cáncer. De ahí también la importancia de indagar, investigar en esta enfermedad, en posibles tratamientos, desarrollos, tecnologías. Y de todo ello vamos a hablar a continuación con Candriam. En concreto vamos a hablar con Rudi Van Den Eynde. Él es Head of Thematic Global Equity en Candriam. Rudi, thank you so much for having us a few minutes.
Thank you also, and good afternoon, everybody.
During the pandemic, many resources have been mobilized towards the treatment of coronavirus. And other diseases, we've seen how have been pushed into the background. That was the case of cancer. Last year, cancer diagnosis fell by 30% due to hospitals collapse. Due to this situation, investment in health becomes more important. How do you see the current situation in the healthcare sector? Which are the main challenges?
Yes, indeed, that's a good question. And we've seen that during the pandemic and even still now, diagnosis of cancer was under pressure because there was less standard screening and less cancer was diagnosed at an early stage and more diagnosed at a late stage, where it is much more difficult, obviously, to treat. So we have the problem of patients not going to hospitals for routine checks, but also a lack of personnel because many people obviously have been very busy treating COVID patients. Some of the hospital staff has been infected themselves and are ill home, are sick home and cannot work for a week or 2 weeks. And there is a general shortage of staff across many sectors, but also in the healthcare sector. So this makes it a bit more challenging. But overall, the situation is improving, and you see that COVID infections and COVID hospitalizations is retreating in many countries. And then secondly, for instance, if you look at clinical trials, in oncology, the number of patients enrolled is now above the pre-COVID level. So the situation is improving, is stabilizing, and diagnosis levels will also improve from here.
And why so important thematic investment in healthcare sector? And what is the role of fund managers like you in its development?
We've seen a lot of interest in more thematic and very specialized funds. And the reason within healthcare to go into a more sub-thematic fund, like for instance, a